Damn, your boy Muichiro said, hey, I'm gonna make my mark on this arc. Bars. What's up, it's your boy Cintron. Come back with another analysis video, and I kid you not, that's my real name, as well as some reaction. Man, this was a lit episode. You know, we got into some backstory, we'll get into that. But anyways, started off at the top of the episode. Muichiro is breaking out of the water seal. And he's realizing, man, even though he's out, he's tapped out. You know what I'm saying? He's got those barbs in his face from those fish, and they, you know, have poison. They course through his blood and have, you know, made him. He's starting to go numb. So he's losing feeling in his extremities. So it would dull his effectiveness as a swordsman, because he won't be able to, you know, to swing his blade accurately and swiftly, or move his body quickly. And these crab creatures are bearing down on him. He's like, man, I'm tapped out. I ain't got nothing left. And we go to the intro, you know what I'm saying? But we get into his backstory. You know, he had a mother and father once, of course. You know, he was just a normal kid, a normal guy. And he lost his moms and his pops on the same damn day. His mom fell ill. She was overworking herself, and dad went out trying to look, you know, for some herbs to heal her up in the middle of a storm. He fell to his death, grasping that very herbs that may have helped her, may have not. But, you know, he buried them and then, you know, went on to live his life. His dad was a woodcutter. You know, he enjoyed just working with him. But, you know, yeah, man, it's tragic. He was 11 years old, and then he remembered, because he, you know, his memories are hazy, you know, because just trauma. That's what trauma will do to you. Your brain actually will try to protect you from those horrible events. And he remembers that all along he had a freaking twin. His name was Muichiro, which is kind of ironic. But he's diametrically opposed to, you know, his personality. He's light, and his brother is darkness. You know, he speaks negativity into his life over him. You know, and even insults his parents when he said, like, you know, we had an idiot, you know, for a mother who, you know, overworked herself, and then an idiot for a father who went out and looked, you know, in the storm looking for her. If he hadn't done that, we would have lost only one parent that day. We would have only lost a mother. And it's like, these things may be true, but for you to say those things like so callously and cold-heartedly, without, you know, regard for your brother's feelings. I mean, yeah, like feelings, and we shouldn't be moved by that, but it's such a cruel thing to say when your father risks his life, you know, to save your mother. And that's all he was thinking about. But, you know, this dude, he's just a Debbie Downer. Nothing he has to, you know, to say is positive. He just focuses on the negative aspect of everything that, you know, they're doing. You can't do this. You can't do that. We can't, you know, afford this. You know, there's no possible way you can, you know, you have the, you know, capacity to even think of that, you know, because you can call him stupid or dumb, but pretty much he is by insulting him. You know, they even stopped talking at one point because, you know, he just is so freaking negative. He insults him by saying the mu in your voice, which is like a denominator in Japanese for like nothing. He says like your name, you know, means, you know, starts out with meaningless. You're meaningless. Your existence is meaningless. Therefore, you are meaningless, and you're incompetent. I'm like, damn, bruh. Just like it. So if I'm the spitting image of you, does that make you, you know, like useless at me as well? But he doesn't even believe in himself. You know, so the seasons change, and it, you know, goes from winter to spring, and you know, he just still talking the same way. And they find this lady, silver hair, beautiful lady. You know that it's one of the muscles people. She has silver hair. You know, she comes to them, and tells them that they related to this awesome swordsman, one of their ancestors. And you know, immediately the brother, you know, he hears what she has to say, you know, only to hear out what she has to say, and chases her out because, like, man, get this foolishness out of my face. I don't want to hear anything more from you. We don't need you. That's just dumb pipe dream, you know, that we could be swordsmen. But Muichiro sees her in a completely different light. He sees her as a pure, beautiful spirit. Even thought she was a white birch spirit, and he willingly listens, and he wants to actually go off and help people, and actually become a demon slayer. And his brother just disparages. He's like, they're making dinner, and he's talking, you know, all this, you know, going on and waxing poetic about what they, could do. And he's like, you fool! You couldn't even make dinner for yourself. You couldn't even wash rice without, wash your own ass without me. Yeah? The fuck you talking about? So, man, he just, after that day, that, like I said, they stopped speaking. He just was abrasive, so harsh with his words. I mean, like, you could say something, true. You could say something, to deny a person something, or, just speak your mind without being absolutely callous and cold-hearted. Just the way you speak to somebody, the manner, the terms, the words you use, tearing down somebody. Just, nobody needs anybody like that in their life. We're gonna have enough people on the outside, especially your family, trying to tear you down, and you got this person who you're a mirror image of. You're supposed to be, have such a tight bond as a twin, and they're just tearing you down. I know, like, of course, it's anime that he don't mean it, or like he really doesn't even think those things, but then don't say it. It's just a waste of speech, waste of thought, waste of energy for you to speak those words into existence. Because if I tell somebody that they're stupid and I really don't mean it, I'm really trying to motivate them, they're gonna internalize that. Like, he became Muichiro's internal voice of negativity. You can't do this. Don't do this for other people. Man, it's insane. So they continue on, and they're going about life. He doesn't try to help him. And they, like I said, they stop talking. The lady keeps coming. It's like my money keeps coming, but he keeps turning her away. And only time they exchanged words again was when he defended her from his brother's insults, and just carried on like that until one night. It was hot, middle of summer, and so another change of seasons, and no AC, of course, in his day and age. And he hurled water at her. That's the only reason. That's the only reason they exchanged words, because he got mad. But she continued to visit. Despite that, he didn't lend a hand to him. He carrying logs, and he was like, man, it's logs heavy, and he falls down. And he's like, just keeps on trucking. Like, it's that tough love in anime, like I said, and it is one thing. It's a whole nother. It's the actions don't match up with the actual intent. But like I said, one night, it's hot. He goes to drink some water, and a demon appears out of nowhere, and he runs at Muichiro. His brother jumps in the way because of course he loves him. He defends him with his life, and he slashes at him. And he jumps in front, and he takes the brother that his arm gets ripped off. And, demon's like, he's screaming, they're screaming and crying and shit. And demon's like, shut up, man. Just go ahead and die, because all woodcutters and, you're poor and nobody cares about you, and you can't do shit about it anyways. So within Muichiro, in this, instant, when they're back to a corner, they're literally about to lose both of their lives, a rage, he said, builds up within him, and, he just sees red. He just goes all out and defends him and his brother. He just loses it. By the time he comes through, he said, I don't even remember what happened. The demon is like all like staked out with these knives and the axes and blades in him. And then his head has been crushed. He put a rock on it. He got married. But he's like, the demon can't even move, but he's trying to regenerate, but there's nothing he can do because he can't move the weight of those rocks off of him. Luckily this is a weak demon, he don't have any powers, but for him, an untrained warrior, an untrained, not even trained yet warrior, not even a warrior, just a fully untrained civilian to do this, just shows his ability. He's always had this latent potential because he is the ancestor of this ancestor. And the sun comes up, demon melts away. And he struggles at that time. His strength leaves his body, and he falls down. He struggles to get back to his brother, trying to just get enough strength to get into the house, which is just a few meters away. But his strength is all gone, and he finally does get in there, and he's just telling him, "Man, Muichiro, you're not like me. I'm sorry that I held you back, and I'm sorry for everything. I pray to God, I pray to Buddha that he protect you." And he just, he goes out, but, Muichiro just reminiscing in tears. His brother didn't hate him. He sees that through his actions, he truly loved him. And he snapped back to the present, and you know, he gets this mark on his face. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Damn, it's getting lit. And you're like, what the hell is this? It's similar to Tanjiro. Like, Tanjiro already has this, but he's getting a mark. So what the fuck does that mean? I know, but I can't tell you. But yeah, it just gets crazy. And like, man, it's funny. Muzan didn't know this dude, because if he did, he would have sent, you know, him immediately to wipe this dude out. You know, it would have helped a long time ago to stop him from progressing and killing demons and stuff like that. But you know, go back to the present, and he is struggling. You know, but you know, he's got this mark now, and he wipes out those crabs like they're nothing. You know, just he's so fast, swift, faster than before. He's not even feeling anything now, the pain or whatever. So in some ways, he's evolved of some sorts. And, you know, he saves the kid. Hopefully, you know, the kid's all, you know, beat up, cut up. He just tells him, go and save Mr. Kanamori and Mr. Haganazuma. Whatever his name is. You know, so, you know, pretty face, this dude. But he goes and, you know, he sees him. You know, he's still making a sword. You know, he's got one eye now. Cuts all over his body, you know, bleeding. Still focused, and the demon's so frustrated because he can't, you know, tear him off of him. And then see it coming from behind. He dodges, but man, Muichiro scares the shit out of him. And he's like, man, how the fuck are you still here? I thought I got rid of you. You're like, oh damn, you didn't upgrade it. You got a mark on your face now. But it don't matter. He tries, but man, it's all for naught, because Muichiro's, you know, getting through him. And he's like, check your neck, bro. I done cut you, or shoulder. But you know, he ain't got faster. He's more of a beast now, even though, you know, than he was. So you know, they take the fight outside, and you know, he's throwing everything he can at him. You know, the fish spikes, the octopus arms, and like, oh, you can't cut these. He grabs them. Like, what the hell happened? And she just falls to the ground, because Muichiro, like you said, he's on a whole nother level, and he's like, maybe because you live, you know, several hundred years, your senses are dull. The demon's like, man, you still ain't doing shit. I'm still, you know, the dog in this fight, you know. And you realize, man, he sliced his neck by the fall. He catches that shit. I'm like, oh shit, we close, bruh. We close. And man, this is crazy. But you know, we're in this fight. We're reinvigorated. We'll see what happens, but you know, they end off there, and man, we're like, man, I think he's gonna get a clean hit. He's like, I'm coming for you next time, and I'm gonna cut your neck next time, bro. I'm coming for that shit. And that's where the episode stops. But man, next episode is entitled "The Missed Hashira Muichiro Tokito." So you got his full name and all that shit. So is he gonna finish off this demon by himself, or is he gonna need some help? We'll see. But man, things are more than promising. This is an upper five demon. Say no, just, you know, no trash. But I know the levels get higher, because I still don't think he could beat Akaza even as is, because Akaza's just so easy. But anyways, we're gonna get up out of here. But that's it. You're not even watching though. That's all good, because like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.